Hi everybody and welcome. My name is Dawn of Embracing Dawn and this is a spring equinox reading for Cancer. So Cancer, we're coming into our spring equinox on March 20th and that is the balance of our daylight and our nighttime darkness, and we begin to get more light in the days than night following that. Okay, we've got cards all over the place here, which is good. So we've also got the full worm moon coming within a week after that as well. So this is all about the beginning of our new astrological year as well. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. So we are turning the wheel and ending our zodiac year and beginning a new one. So we're going to take a look at what might be some of the things that you will be moving through, facing, exploring as we go into this equinox energy, which is all around, finding that balance, coming to the space of new beginnings and allowing yourself to let go of what needs to be released. So we've got the cards really flying out for you, which is very nice. We'll see if one more wants to come or we'll draw for it. Okay, we'll draw for that card. And let's take a look and see what is coming forward for Cancer. So we're just going to look at our numbers to begin and see what we've got there. So we have a couple of threes, a couple of sixes, 2 3s, 2 6s. So that may be important, the third or the third day, third week, 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months. 6 as well could be an important date in, moving through this into April, or it could be, 6 days or 6 weeks as certain events will unfold. But let's take a look here. So you're coming out with a transition. You're in transition here, Cancer, definitely, which, there's a little bit of everything in here. So we've got the mind and heart in harmony with intuition. Trust your heart and all will be good. This is the High Priestess, and she's governed by the moon here. So within this equinox energy and then this full moon moving forward to the first full moon in our new astrological cycle, you've got some balance and harmony that's happening. And this is happening with a focus on your spiritual awareness and awakening, because you've got the focus of the third eye chakra. When the chakra cards come up, that means that an extra focus is needed or extra energy is being put into that specific energy center of you. And with third eye coming up here, this is the third eye is here. That's inner seeing, inner knowing, This is really going to be awakening within you and integrating a harmony between the mind and the heart, which is really beautiful. And the outcome with this is rejoice in celebration. This would be the Three of Cups. So this is leading you, opening up into this beautiful space where things are, you're going to have a new perception. Your reality is shifting. Your ability to see things, in the fourth, fifth dimensional spaces is expanding. So you're breaking through that glass ceiling, you're breaking through that glass ceiling, so to speak. So we've got here transformation and mental conflict. So you've definitely been experiencing some conflict mentally around this shift, and quite often as our third eye opens up and awakens and we really begin to I'm just seeing a squirrel on the fence there as we really begin to awaken and align within ourselves, it can bring up this mental conflict, and it can also bring about this transformation. It almost inevitably does. This would be the Death card in a traditional tarot, but in this one, it's about transformation. It's about letting go of the old and allowing something to rest that needs to rest. Putting something to bed, closing a chapter. That's what this card is about. So you're definitely coming into a place where you're closing the chapter perhaps on your perception of our 3D world here, and how you move through it, what your place is in it. You know, your third eye is opening, your higher chakras are aligning more within, and that opens up such a big new perception. But the ego mind wants to really get into play there, because once this happens, the ego begins to die off, right? We never lose ego necessarily, but it has a much smaller function than what we have allowed it to have. You know, it's supposed to be there for our safety, for our fight and flight, to you know, just to be a tool within us. But we've evolved over so much time, and we've really gotten caught up with ego and identified with ego and all of the things that it will create some mental conflict. And there is going to be a transformation where you need to move through that and allow that some situations, some people, some circumstances, they do need to go. And this equinox window is a beautiful portal that opens up, that allows for your intentions for that new beginning. It allows for that stronger connection to your source energy. And then with this, you've got the Chariot, number 7. See the light at the end of the tunnel. Awareness, answers found after overcoming a test, courage, travel, and discovery. So you may feel like, you know, and it says spiritual struggle as well in this card. So you are starting to gain momentum and gain direction in your life now in a different way, from a more intuitive space, you know, from a more heart-centered space, because we've got the High Priestess here, and she's all about intuition. She's not an action card. This is about observing within and using your intuitive knowing, being connected in that way and coming to solutions from that space. It's also about observing the outward as well and not acting on it, just watching. Watch the people around you, watch the circumstances around you, your situations around you, and don't react to them. Simply observe them for what they are and allow yourself to see them from that intuitive plane instead of just the ego, what's physically in front of me plane, you know, because the signs and signals, your spidey senses, they're always there. And when you tune into them, you can get a much better read of a situation than when you don't, you know. So this is saying you are transforming here, and it may feel as though it's a bit of a struggle because there are things that you need to release, that need to be released in order for the light energy, you know, to have the room to come in and complete that alignment. And some of this, it may feel, you know, like it is heartache and loss. It may feel like it's really difficult, because as you go through this awakening, and you may experience this more than others, Cancer, because, you know, you're sensitive and you've got that emotional intuitiveness, and, you know, you feel things deeply, sometimes a little bit, you know, reactively, to generalize, but you do feel things deeply. And this is about seeing the balance in that and understanding that that sense of heartache or that sense of loss, you are going to move through that, but you have to allow the process, this awakening, this unveiling process to happen, which gives you a much more integrated self. Really, you just become much more integrated and much more whole, and you feel much stronger from a solid place within. And this is really beautiful, truthfully, because you've got the owl here, which is connected to Taurus and Gemini, air. Turbulent times can be avoided by quick and decisive action, and that's the Chariot. So loss and conflict are possible, which we've seen, you know, in both of these. Be clear on your beliefs and ideas. All right, this has a bit of the Knight of Swords energy. So you need to you're coming into a space, you don't need to. You are naturally evolving into a space where you are relying on this. You're coming into this space where you're shifting your beliefs. You're shifting your perceptions and understanding, and you're coming into a new clarity with the balance of the equinox energy. You know, there's that space to integrate and bring that harmony. And ultimately, this leads to the victory and success. And this is a spiritual card. So You are overcoming. Sixes are all about that beautiful harmony, equilibrium, resolution, and balance. So you are going to be, moving through some deep stuff. And this will be different for everyone, and it'll pertain to a different aspect of life that's impacting you more for everybody. But this is a spiritual journey for Cancer. This is an evolution that you're going through. And it could be that you begin to release that energy during equinox and set the intention for new seeds for the year. And you have that beautiful full moon a week later that gives you even more powerful energy, because it is the first full moon of the astrological cycle, this next cycle. So, it may be traveling through more than just the equinox period of time. So let's draw some oracle. And please remember to, if you could, click like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. If you can't subscribe, then, click like if you appreciate the reading and you're getting something from it, and help me to build and grow and share with others. Stay connected with you. Thank you. So we've got gifts received. Beautiful. So you are receiving all kinds of intuitive gifts. You are within this awakening and this opening. This is your time to receive. This is your time to feel that deservedness, that worthiness. So if you've been struggling with that, if the ego's been at play, really knocking at your door, telling you that you don't deserve, that you're not worthy, that whatever, this evolution that's happening, it can't be real. It's, don't listen to that. You've got beautiful, beautiful things coming forward, and you've got these beautiful gifts of abundance that are going to be possible for you, Cancer. And then we've got the spaces between the words. And this is a 24, which would be a 6. Spaces between the words is like the High Priestess energy. That's that intuitiveness. That's that listening. That's that stillness. When you're in stillness, and I close my eyes naturally when I think about stillness, it just allows you that space to let the mind calm, to release the words, release the ego, release the energy, lose the attachment to things, and just allow the flow of whatever it is. And it's that space, those glimmering moments you have of that complete stillness where there's nothing in your mind. That's your true connection. That's your true energy of connection to consciousness there. And maybe take some time. Maybe it's time for you to spend some time just in quiet reflection. Listen to some soft, soothing music, or play an instrument, do some free writing, whatever it is that connects with you. So we'll draw one more here. Oh, look at that. Okay, so belief. A belief is a thought you think so many times over you eventually hold it to be true. Is something you've been practicing for a long time, and it always feels like the most familiar path to take. If your life is pleasing, stay with this. If your life is not pleasing, it's time to change your thoughts and thus change your beliefs. And we saw that here as well. Today, you may like to say to yourself, I'm not limited by my past or future thinking. I choose my thoughts with care and mindfulness. I regularly have new insights with that third eye and discover new ways of seeing my world. I am willing to change and grow. And that's exactly what this reading is the willingness to change and grow. The universe is showing you, it's offering you this window of opportunity to really do something important for you personally that will have a really positive impact. So Cancer, this is your spring equinox reading for 2021. Thank you for listening. And please remember to live big and shine your light bright. Until next time.